Hi there guys, Kate back here and welcome to this channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, click that button so you don't miss a lot of interesting stuff. So today we're actually visiting one of the smaller towns here in the canton of St Gallen, the town of Wil. Surprisingly enough, oftentimes the small towns are the most charming ones with the most character. To me personally, Wil was a very positive surprise because I didn't expect much of the town. Turned out to be absolutely amazing afternoon walk. So let's take a look of what it has to offer. And if you look into the history and its architecture, it has a lot to offer. The old town of Wil sits on the hill, making the already very picturesque place even more so. It used to be a former summer seat of the Prince of Abbots of St Gallen, and because of its rich history and well-preserved old town, it was awarded the Swiss Heritage Society's Walker Prize. Wil is a small town municipality in the canton of St Gallen, but at the same time it's the center of eastern Switzerland's third largest urban sprawl and is the third largest city in St Gallen. In 1226, the Counts of Toggenburg presented the town of Wil to St Gallen Monastery, and for over 500 years after that, until 1798 roughly, St Gallen Prince Abbots resided in the town's highest point, Hof zu Wil, which is why town today is actually called the Abbots Town, because the Abbots of St Gallen actually used to spend a considerable amount of time here. And now we are in the famous St Catherine Monastery. I loved that place. It was one of my favorite places in the town. It was very quiet and very peaceful, and I actually really wanted to stay for quite a bit longer than the time that I had. So the monastery was originally founded in St Gallen in 1228. However, was later moved from St Gallen to Wil in 1528 after the Reformation. Later Prince of Abbot Berhard from St Gallen donated the building for the construction of the church and the monastery that we see today. I personally really like the church, especially the time when I visited. There was the sun hitting right on one of the icons, and it was just a magical feeling. The church was very peaceful, very beautiful, so I would definitely recommend a short visit. And this is the main church of Wil, the Church of St. Peter. What I really liked about the church was its unusual frescoes on the walls and on the ceiling. You can clearly see the church is quite a bit older than the churches that you normally see in Switzerland. Most of them are roughly 17th, 18th century, and this one is far earlier than that. So you could see that most of the decoration is actually in the form of paintings over the walls. So very interesting experience. Would definitely recommend taking a short walk. And now in the patriotic colors of white and red, this is actually the Wil's City Hall. Finally making our way to the main square. This is the Hofplatz, and here, unsurprisingly perhaps, we can actually see the building, the Hof zu Wil building. That's the place where St. Gallen's abbots used to spend most of their time. Today this place is actually a very famous restaurant. So once again, to point out, this is the place where abbots spent most of their time. So on this square, there are many fascinating buildings. Most of the oldest ones date somewhere in the 1600s. A lot of neoclassical and Baroque buildings, on which would highly recommend checking out the Captain's House, the Baron's House of 1795, especially for the well-decorated facades. All of this earned Wil the Swiss Heritage Society's Walker Prize in 1984, as I already have pointed out. On the square on Saturdays there is a wonderful market with a lot of the local produce. There's a nice spacious pedestrian place with a lot of attractive shops and nice coffee shops. So city is absolutely lovely, very much a great choice for living even or for just a short trip. And the park, so the city park is right by the small lake, and as you walk by the lake you can oversee most of the buildings, making the place absolutely stunning. Especially in the afternoon, closer to the evening, during the sunset, it looks amazing. And Wil, as many other towns in Switzerland, has its own bird zoo, and as in many other towns, completely free of charge, which is something that I love about Switzerland. Some things are actually free. I would especially recommend taking long strolls in the evening, closer to the sunset. I don't know, during the evening somehow the city gets, most of the cities in Switzerland get this wonderful, romantic, closer to how medieval feel. So would recommend doing that. And the most amazing aspect about the city is the view. If you go up to the central church, to the St. Peter's Church, you will observe an absolutely stunning view over the surrounding Alps. You don't have to climb that much, there's even an elevator to do that. And during the sunset, the view is just stunning, so definitely recommend spending a few hours there. Alright guys, so that would be all for the lovely town of Wil. Hope you enjoyed the trip. If you liked it, please put the thumbs up. Very important for me always to see that you guys enjoy the content. And yeah, subscribe and see you soon.